Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra April 7, 2022. Today's Mercury-Saturn influence can work for and against you, or a bit of both, depending on how it plays out. It's a minor aspect that tends to put the spotlight on small inconveniences. There can be a real focus on flaws, but it can lead to valuable edits. Misunderstandings or delays that you hadn't anticipated can figure strongly. If a problem is out of your control, try to focus on those things you're able to make right or take a break from overthinking before returning to problem areas. Fortunately, partnership and family matters combine in pleasing, creative ways as the day advances, which feels reinforcing. You also have an eye for what needs to change in order to make your daily life more efficient and fulfilling. Your self-love rituals have been at the top of your mind lately. Though you're typically the people-pleasing type, given your innate desire to compromise and meet your significant others halfway, the cosmos is urging you to do the necessary healing and take care of business at this time. Fortunately, with Mercury igniting your relationship sector, you are more vocally expressive than usual, perhaps even a bit impulsive with your delivery, but communication is essential. This is especially true as the Moon will join Jupiter and Neptune in Gemini, via your responsible 6th house of daily rituals, adding a layer of elusiveness to your day. How can you invest in your professional joys and self-expression? Committing to your passions or side hustle can become a full-time job when Venus in Gemini squares the North Node in Taurus. Venus is ready to go all in with the creative opportunities that allow you to flourish as a professional. But the square with the North Node indicates that you may have to be open to compromise if you want to go through with these passions. You can have it all at work, but not without making some allowances to make whatever you want to do work for you. A friendly handshake between the Moon, in its final hours in your work sector, and the South Node in your income sector comes just as there is also a chance to test the waters on the job front. There has been a gear change since the Sun left your work sector 10 days ago, but rather than changing down a gear, they are going up a gear. Positive conditions on the income and job fronts today are just a taste of things to come. Never forget that other people cannot read your mind. If you don't feel well and are a bit annoyed with yourself, don't take it out on your loved ones. Take time to talk to them and listen to the advice of family and friends. You have a couple big ideas for the future, but today's not the day to get started on any new projects. Today's the day to follow up on a couple things you already have cooking. If you're overly confident, with complete belief in your capabilities concerning most aspects of your life, such an inflated opinion of yourself combined with a rather superior attitude does not go down very well with anyone you meet and is off-putting. Naturalness and openness are far better approaches to embrace. Pacing yourself is the name of the game. Whether you have just started an exercise regimen or been at it for a while, pay attention to your pace. If you are beginning a new health practice, make it relatively easy to manage, so you can keep on doing it. Don't press yourself too hard in the beginning. Remember, you are building a habit. Likewise, when you have been doing something for a while, it's important to press yourself gradually further into it, increasing the pace, so that you stay interested. This day will enhance your ability to get out and find more creative ways to bring fulfillment to your life. This is definitely not the day to huddle up in the house and isolate yourself. There are plenty of better days for this. Make some plans to go out and do something different and artistic today. Take in an exhibit, visit a museum, or go see a play. Do whatever appeals to you, and make the most of your time. Even if the Moon wasn't in an adventurous part of your chart today or at a friendly aspect to planets in a playful part, in her first full day in your work sector, Venus would still be asking that you hold back. It is from tomorrow that things will start coming together across the income, work, and career fronts in a way that will have implications well beyond this week. Venus was always going to ask you to pause as you first take the time to listen to your heart. Today's playful and adventurous influences are the right distraction at the right time. Venus' departure from your romantic sector yesterday and his recent alignment with Saturn now puts Mars in the lead, and it will stay that way until he leaves next week. As the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos, Mars is using Venus' sense of what you want from love as something he can now start fighting for. Our eyes in the sky. Ready or not, it's time for a round of big boss, little boss at the office. If your supervisor isn't very savvy, you could be forced to take control of a current project. They might be protective of their role, but you can navigate your way around this power play. The Aries new moon could rock our world by shaking up our sense of stability. Under this luminary, we are cosmically asked to step up and manifest a new vision, which could prove challenging. The universe could create obstacles and throw roadblocks in our way, but with the right planning and a positive attitude, you can overcome them and fly high. But hits to the ego and emotional meltdowns will happen. Think of this like a seasonal shedding. In order to embrace the new, we must let go of what we've outgrown and no longer need. Unfortunately, if you haven't been trusting your instincts, you may have been thrown off your path. Now you're learning that you need to rely more on your third eye when dealing with others. Your intuition can be a lifesaver if you're open to accessing it. Whether or not the is something you are celebrating today, you will be assisted by the ambitious and practical Gemini moon. This should help you get everything done precisely and accurately. If you're able to be around relatives today, this lunation is especially supportive of stepping up and being there for family members. And even if you aren't planning any kind of gathering, you will most likely be the one from your clan chosen to be in charge of organizing current events or ones coming up in the future. Today is also about overcoming obstacles, as this strong and committed lunar energy supports you not giving up no matter what you're up against. Take some time to consider your role in your family, your neighborhood, your community, and society as a whole, and then make a plan so you can be a better contributor to any and all of these important groups. By now you know there are ways around in-person meetings. Stand up and be counted by making a worthwhile contribution to the world. Later in the afternoon there's a Moon-Neptune sextile that puts you in touch with your emotions and allows you to rely heavily on your intuition. If your partner, friend, or parent says they're fine but you can feel that they're distant, don't just let it go. Your compassion and understanding can make a big difference in someone else's life, so don't ignore that little voice that's saying, something is wrong.